we're going to talk about this weekend's FA Cup games, also games from other European leagues. So let's get started. Let's start with Friday's games, FA Cup. We got Wrexham, who pulled off another great night by beating Ipswich Town 1-0, and they go through to the fifth round of the FA Cup. So Chelsea, they beat Hull City 4-0, very comfortable win for Liam Rossini's side. Great hat-trick from Pedro Neto, goal from Estevao as well. Very comfortable win for Chelsea, and it's what they were kind of expected to do, even though Hull City are the team who are doing quite okay in the Championship, fighting for the playoffs. But at the same time, they're a team that is doing really well right now. Hull City, but Chelsea did very well in this game by winning comfortably 4-0. PSG lost 3-1 away from home to Stade Rennais, 3-1 in the French league. It's quite surprising to see them lose in this way, PSG. You even heard the comments of Ousmane Dembele after the game about what he said, and people say, and he said that the players should put, the players should leave their ego aside and put their badge as priority first and play for the badge, basically. And Luis Enrique didn't agree with that comment publicly. Whereas what he says privately, who knows? Let's see what happens. So, yeah. Are PSG struggling this season? Yeah, you can see they're struggling. Oh, by the way, they're not even top of the French league. The Lens are top of the French league after they beat Paris 5-0, the other Paris team, 5-0 on Saturday. Is this PSG team struggling? Could they actually lose the title to Lens for the French league? First of all, I still think PSG should win the title, right? There's still so many games to go. There's still 12 games to go. PSG should still win the title. But when you see the comments of Ousmane Dembele and Enrique, and the way they've been performing this season, and also in the Champions League, because they were in a very good contention to qualify for the last 16 automatically, and then the last 3 games where they dropped points massively against Athletic Bilbao, Sporting Lisbon, Newcastle. You can tell this team, this Paris Saint-Germain side, is not as good as the last season. Listen, let's see they could turn it around in the business end season, the most critical time of the season, where it gets to the knockout stages and you actually have to really step it up as they did last season. But for sure, this Paris Saint-Germain side is not looking, the way they're performing right now is not looking good in the eye. That's for sure. So if they want to have a great crack on winning the Champions League, then they're gonna have to obviously raise their level of performance and their level of good consistency if they want to do what they did last season from now until towards the end of the season. Saturday's games, you've got the FA Cup. Manchester City beat Salford City 2-0. Goals from Margay and on goal from Durrington. Pep Guardiola described the Manchester City's win over Salford City as boring and dull, and slow and flat, as he said. I don't think it was a great performance from City. Salford City had a chance where they could have equalised, and James Trafford made a very good save. But at the same time, I don't think this City side's, City is still in contention to win the title, of course, the Premier League title. But you could clearly see this City side is not as good as before. You could clearly see, and they're rebuilding. So yeah, I thought players like Foden and Marmoush, I don't think they were at their best, in my opinion. So I don't think. Yeah, I agree with Pep. I don't think it was a great performance from City, but they go through anyway to the next round of the FA Cup. Aston Villa vs Newcastle United. This game was showcased some of the worst refereeing decisions you're going to ever see in your life. First of all, Why don't the FA don't have the VAR for FA Cup games? Why? Why don't have VAR for FA Cup games? That's the first of all. Second of all, some of the decisions. Tammy Abraham's first goal. He's offside. The linesman was probably sleeping. That's one. Second one, the one before the Tonali goal, where they should have given it the handball from Lucas Dean. How the referee gave it as a free kick? Stupid decision. Lucas Dean should have been sent off as well for that reckless tackle he made. Like, some of the refereeing decisions that Chris Kavanagh made were absolutely woeful. Marco Pizzuto, I don't know what was he thinking as well. Absolutely stupid what he did, costing Aston Villa in this game. Because Aston Villa were winning 1-0, and they were, even though they were quite lucky to get away with some decisions, going in their favour with the offside goal and the non-red card of Lucas Dean. But Marco Pizzuto, what is he doing? What is he doing? What are you doing? What a stupid decision. Stupid decision. Stupid decision to make from Marco Pizzuto's side. I don't know what was he thinking. And Newcastle, you have to say they played quite well in the second half, even though you could say, they had a bit of favour with being down to 10 men. I don't think it was if you look at 11 versus 11, it was quite even, I would say. Some parts of the game was quite even. So this kind of bad decisions to make from Marco Pizzuto's side can cost the team, and it cost us the Villa, and it could have cost us also Newcastle with some of the bad refereeing decisions. So yeah, such a shame that Newcastle they did really well in the second half. Tonali scored a second fantastic goal, brilliant finish. Third goal, poor defending from Villa, bad mistake. So again, the referees again. This game showed why the VAR still needs to be there, because the referees are crap, particularly in the Premier League. But yeah, Newcastle go through to the next round of the FA Cup, whereas Aston Villa, not good. I mean, yes, I understand they went down to 10 men, but when you're down to 10 men, you're supposed to be more difficult to break down, more harder to break down, and instead defensively they were more exposed defensively in the second half, in my opinion, for Aston Villa. So yeah, Aston Villa have one more chance to win a trophy this season. Considering Unai Emery's done a very good job at Aston Villa, I would like to see also him winning a trophy as well. So, and they got the Europa League, so let's see. Liverpool against Brighton. Liverpool win comfortably 3-0 against Brighton. Goals from Mohamed Salah, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones. Dominic Szoboszlai has been absolutely amazing this season. I said before and I said again, he's been fantastic. Probably Liverpool's best player in terms of contribution, in terms of the goals he scored, in terms of the importance of the goals he scored as well. His general performance, when he's had to play right back a lot of times, and he's been fantastic this season. He's coped with it really well. He's been very, very good this season for Liverpool. For sure, he's been Liverpool's best player this season, and in my opinion, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. That's in my opinion. So yeah, but very comfortable win for Liverpool. Brian had some chances, but I felt like Liverpool took theirs, and Liverpool march on, and they go through to the next round of the FA Cup. La Liga, Real Madrid beat Real Sociedad 4-1. There's 2 penalties from Vinicius Jr., a goal from Gonzalo Garcia, who once again impressed for Real Madrid whenever as he played. Valverde scored as well, Federico Valverde. And yeah, Real Madrid, they're starting to build up some momentum. They've won a couple of games after the Benfica loss. So yeah, they've won 5 La Liga games in a row. Or no, actually, it's not 5 La Liga games in a row. They've won 6, 7, 8. They've won 8 La Liga games in a row, and 3 of them came from under Xabi Alonso. It's crazy to think that when you think like Real Madrid are in crisis, where they lost to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup final, they sacked Alonso. They brought in Arbeloa, and out of the Copa del Rey by opposite, they lose to Benfica. And a lot of people say, oh, it's the worst Real Madrid side, that they're in crisis. well, they're not in crisis. They've won 8 La Liga games in a row. So sometimes perception cannot. Sometimes perception does not match the facts at times. And they also, this Real Madrid side has scored the third most points in Real Madrid's history in terms of after 24 games in La Liga. The two of them were better than this one was the year they won the Champions League 2024, and the one under Jose Mourinho when they collected 100 points in 2012. So yeah, I mean, this, considering that they've not been great to watch on the eye, the fact they collected that amount of points, it's impressive, you have to say. So, which is a big reason also why they're not like far away from Barcelona as well, even though a lot of people say, oh, Barcelona played a better football, they're much better team than Real Madrid. Real Madrid are not far away. So, and if Barcelona got points today, Real Madrid are top of the Spanish league. So yeah, but Real Madrid, they built up some momentum in the last couple of games. They're winning, and however they have La Liga to win. They have the Champions League to play for as well. A huge game coming up against Benfica. So as they will seek for revenge. So as some Real Madrid fans say. So yeah, but yeah, Bundesliga, Bayern Munich win the game comfortably against Werder Bremen, winning 3-0. 2 goals from Harry Kane and Goretzka. You've got Serie A, where there was some drama. Atalanta beat Lazio 2-0. Inter beat Juventus 3-2. That was a fantastic game to watch. However, the decision from the referee, which kind of took one of the spotlight for this game, was the red card from Pierre Kalulu. Well, Pastore was on a yellow, Kalulu was on a yellow, and you look at the challenge, you look at that one and you say, I mean, you have to say Pastore dived. Pastore dived, and even if Pastore didn't dive, that's not worthy of a foul that you give a second yellow to Kalulu. So I think the referee made a mistake in that one, and it decided the game. Yeah, you could say, because I felt like it was quite end to end, quite even between these two. Inter, Juve attacking, both teams attacking, good going forward, defensively not so strong. You could say that red card decided the game. So yeah, a hard one to take for Juventus, but huge win for Inter to win that way as well, as they go 8 points clear of AC Milan until obviously they play again, which they played on Friday. However, Inter played extra game. AC Milan won 2-1 against Pisa as well. So, but obviously AC Milan have a game in hand. So yeah. FA Cup, Arsenal won their game comfortably 4-0 against Wigan Athletic. Goals from Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Madueke, on goal from Jack Hunt. However, there's some worrying news happened in Arsenal's side, that there were some injuries that happened, because one of the players for Arsenal was injured in the warm-up. And that was, by the way, Riccardo Calafiori. So yeah, not great news for Arsenal. And Arsenal have started to pick up some injuries recently with Kai Havertz, now Calafiori, Mikel Merino as well. So yeah, but I think this Arsenal side, with the squad they have right now, I think they should do better with injuries. Yeah, you could, some Arsenal fans are worried that the squad might get a bit thin. But I think with the quality that the players that Arsenal have, I think they will do better right now than they did in the past. So yeah. Serie A, you've got a great game between Napoli and Roma, ended a 2-2 draw. AS Roma were in the lead twice against Napoli, so Roma could be disappointed they didn't win this game, as they are 3 points behind Napoli, especially who are fighting for the Champions League places between Napoli, Roma and Juventus. And then you've got Atletico Madrid, who lost heavily to Rayo Vallecano. I mean, it's the same side that beat Barcelona 4-0, and it's the same side that lost to Real Betis and Rayo Vallecano 3-0 in the last 2 games in La Liga. I mean, this sums up Atletico Madrid's season. Great against the big teams, when they're up against, when they are when they are at their best, they step up really well and they look really good against Real Madrid, against Barcelona, But when this kind of games, that's what there's a reason why they're so far behind Barcelona and Real Madrid, because they lack consistency in terms of being very good. They lack consistency. That's the problem for Atletico, and they fall also they face another issue of that yesterday, which sums up their season. Thank you guys. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and goodbye.